Check.
Good morning, everyone. It's the June 21st, 2024 Post Commission. Shall we have the adoption of the agenda, please? And have a motion. People go to the next stand. Do I have a second?
That's right.
All in favor of adopting the agenda, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Administrative matters.
All right, time for our roll call. Commissioner Beverly here. Commissioner Green
Here.
Commissioner Halsey
Here.
Commissioner Jackson
Here.
Commissioner Jeffers
Here.
Commissioner Parton, Commissioner Russell, Commissioner Spangler
Here.
Commissioner Wilbur
Here.
Commissioner Wright,
Here.
Vice Chair Carter,
Here.
and Chair Faulkner.
Here.
You have a quorum.
And a big welcome back to the sheriff's station. Good to see you, sir. Our disclaimer, please.
All post commissioners have previously agreed to recuse themselves from any vote that would constitute a conflict of interest. The most obvious of these would include issues that involve their own departments or some that they know personally. Because they've already agreed to this, it should be noted that on routine matters, it will be assumed non-verbally that these commissioners have abstained from that vote. In bigger, more controversial issues that may have a more overt conflict of interest, that those applicable commissioners will still verbally abstain from those votes.
Thank you. I hope all commission has had an opportunity to look over the minutes. Do we have approval of the minutes?
Commissioner Beverly, move to approve.
All right, do I have a second?
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Minutes are approved. Reports of decertification.
Yes, so I'm gonna send that over to Assistant Director Bello, who handled the informal committee meeting yesterday.
All right, and just as a brief reminder, if you don't mind speaking up and just announcing your name for the court reporter in the room as she's taking the minutes for us, please. Yesterday's informal meeting, we'll review that for the commissioners this morning in the matter of Marcus Parr, the Alamo Police Department, recommendation for default decertification. Matter of Mario Cree, Collierville Police Department, recommendation of default decertification. The matter of Alex Sherwood from Police PD, recommendation was no action. The matter of Tyree Campbell of Knoxville PD, recommendation was default decertification. The matter of Dan Ward of Knoxville PD, recommendation was default decertification. The matter of Gregory Marler of Memphis PD, recommendation was no action. And the matter of Daniel Barrios of Polk County, recommendation was default decertification. The matter of Richard Pollock of Vine Police Department, recommendation was default decertification. The matter of Cody Jones, Tennessee Department of Safety, recommendation was no action. The matter of Nathan Pulley of the Tennessee Department of Safety, recommendation was no action. In the matter of Tyler Cravens, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, he's going to be signing a agreed order of suspension. In the matter of William Gregg of the Washington County Sheriff's Office, he also agreed to sign an order of suspension. And in the matter of Morgan Leslie of the Washington County Sheriff's Office, recommendation was a default decertification.
Thank you. Do we need a motion on that to accept?
Commissioner,
I'm sorry.
on the Carterville Police Department, the Mario wasn't that a no action? I think he said default. I think it's the one that passed away.
That was
Any other questions? I have a motion to accept the report.
Motion, Commissioner Jeffers.
I'll second.
second.
That would be you.
Do I have a motion to second? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. And the motion carries. And we're ready for waivers for employment.
Waivers for pre-employment, Cleveland State Law Enforcement Training Academy, requesting a military waiver for Dace Jalen Brown. In March of 2024, Mr. Brown was discharged from the United States Air Force with a general under honorable conditions discharge due to misconduct. I believe he is here.
Please step forward and identify yourself.
Good morning. My name is Dace Brown.
So what do we need to know about your request for a waiver?
That's all. Just my military discharge is the only thing holding me back. While I was in the Air Force, I was a police officer. Once I got out, I wanted to become a police officer once I got back home.
Can you advise the commission what the misconduct was?
So it was for derelict of duty. So it stemmed from a fault in our alarm system. It showed that the alarms were all clear, that none had went off, but once the system administrator had ran a system diagnosis on it, it showed that alarms had went off. So my commander decided to charge me with a Article 15 for derelict of duty.
Questions from the commission? Anyone need more clarity on this? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Wright, second.
Motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Academies.
The Athens Police Department requests a waiver to change academies for Kimberly Elizabeth Allison, hired April 22nd, 2024, and August of 2023. Ms. Allison attended the Chattanooga Police Department Training Academy, but did not complete due to an injury. The agency is requesting the waiver so that she may attend the Blount County Regional Training Academy in August of 2024.
Anyone from the Athens Police Department represented either online or in person? What about Ms. Allison? Have a motion on this.
Commissioner Gray, motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
Commissioner Stein, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries.
The Knoxville Police Department requests a waiver to change academies for Kyler Hammond Icock, hired May 20th, 2024. In March of 2021, he attended the Knox County Sheriff's Office Regional Training Academy, but did not complete due to resigning employment. The agency is requesting the waiver so that he may attend their academy.
Anyone from the Knoxville Police Department represented either in person or online?
Yes, ma'am. Lieutenant Michael Fowler, Director of Training, along with Mr. Acock.
Thank you. Is there anything else we need to know about this before we take a vote?
Would you like me to explain? Yes, ma'am. If it's permissible, he'd like to explain the circumstances for the transfer.
Yes, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
So initially, whenever I started the training academy at Knox County, the way that the day was structured was we would begin PT at approximately 5:45 in the morning. We would get done at about 4:30 in the evening. And at the time, the chief over the training academy would have us do ride-alongs each day. And those would typically last up until anywhere from midnight to 2 or 3 in the morning. And then we'd be back up for PT. We did that for about approximately 2 weeks, and I'm a type 1 diabetic, and so I was having a lot of issues medically with that, and so I decided it would just be best for me personally to step out of that.
Any commissioners have questions? We have a motion.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
We have a second.
Carter, second.
We have a motion to accept the waiver request and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, the motion carries. Thank you, Knoxville.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then we've got the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office request waivers to change academies for the following officers listed below. Jordan Lee Ann Loy was hired March 6, 2024 and January of 2023. She attended the Metro Nashville Police Department Training Academy but did not complete due to resigning employment. The agency is requesting the waiver so that Ms. Loy may attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, the next available class. For Brian Patrick Wyatt, hired May 6, 2024 and January 2013. He attended the Metropolitan Nashville Police Training Academy, but did not complete due to academic failure. July of 2018, he attended the Tennessee Highway Patrol Training Academy, but did not complete due to resigning employment. The agency is requesting the waiver, so Mr. Wyatt may attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy in the next available class.
Okay, is someone representing the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office online? I see someone talking, but I don't hear them.
Yes, ma'am. It's Sergeant Vincent with Rutherford County Sheriff's Office.
All right, Sergeant, is there anything else that the commission needs to know about either one of these candidates?
I have both of them here to speak on their own behalf, but real quick, Miss Loy, when she resigned out of the Metro training program, she did so in order to go and complete her education and receive a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, which she has completed. And now she's here with us requesting to go to Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy. Mr. Patrick, Mr. Wyatt, he attended back in 2013 the Metro Nashville and failed out as academic failure and on law. And then 5 years later attended the THP Academy. And within 5 days of that, he resigned and went back to his old job within the Davidson County Sheriff's Office. And then now, this year, he's with us and is requesting to go to Toledo. And I have both of them to speak if need be.
Okay, can we see Ms. Lloyd?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is there anything else you'd like the commissioners to know regarding this? You resigned in order to finish your bachelor's degree, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I was doing college at the same time I was doing academy. And I decided, I needed to finish my degree before I started my career.
Commissioners have any questions?
I'm sorry.
I was asking the commissioners if they had any questions for you. Yes,
Can we take both of these individually?
yes,
Instead of doing one?
absolutely. So do we want to have a motion on this, Lloyd?
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve this one.
All right, do we have a second?
Commissioner Jackson, second.
Do we have a second? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed, no? All right, regarding candidate Lloyd, yes.
Commissioner Beverly, abstention.
All right, so on Ms. Lloyd, the motion carried. Now, Mr. Wyatt, is he present?
Yes, ma'am. He's coming forward now.
Thank you.
Morning, everyone.
All right, there you go. All right, so you've already attended or started to attend 2 different academies, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And now you're asking to attend Toledo,
Yes, ma'am.
and you think you're good to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Questions from the commission?
Madam Chair, Commissioner Carter, I have the same as well.
Okay. Any questions?
Commissioner Wright, I have a few questions. Mr. Wright, I'm a little bit hesitant, and I know it's kind of on all the commissioners' mind here is you've already attempted to attend the academies twice, and granted, it's been over 11-year period. But if we grant this waiver, they could potentially be knocking somebody else out of that spot. What reassurance can you give us that you're going to stay in the academy and do the best you can this go around?
No, yes, sir. I can explain the situations we brought up today. So in 2013, when I was in Metro National Police Academy, I failed the law. Since that time, I've worked on my bachelor's degree in criminal justice to better understand all the ins and outs, aspects of constitutional law, things we need to do as a police officer in the state of Tennessee. And I've also started on my master's in legal studies as well to even further that education and understanding of things. As far as the Tennessee Highway Patrol, so my reason for leaving that, my primary reason was the type of policing I would be doing. I'm more interested through my service as I've had in the military. I'm more interested in the service of community policing and things like this of this nature, and not to discount the Tennessee Highway Patrol at all. There's great respect for them, but that just isn't in their wheelhouse for what I want to do. So that's why I had left that academy and at that date. I'm fully prepared now for this academy and look forward to it.
Commissioner Wright again. On the, you made it 5 days in the Tennessee Highway Patrol Academy, is that correct?
It was approximately, yeah, I believe it was the 5th day.
You understand on the Toledo side as well, the first part of the training process is make sure that you're really able to, a lot like the highway patrol side, you think you're going to handle that this time, because on the highway patrol academy, when I went to it, about day 5, we were not really, into what we were going to be doing as policing. I mean, I had an idea of that before we went in, but I know it was pretty hard on the physicality, of it. Are you prepared for that this time?
The physicality, sir, I'm sorry if I heard you right.
That's correct, and the, gonna be able to handle the instructors and all that.
Yes, sir. Based on, I'm sorry, go ahead. I thought you were finished.
And doing a little bit of yelling and things of that nature.
Oh, absolutely, sir. That's kind of never been an issue for me. Again, I have a military background, continuously working out on a regular basis, as well as keeping up with my current military obligations for physical fitness. I'm very familiar with that and very prepared for that, sir.
Any further questions?
Commissioner Green, I've got a question for you. You said you left the Highway Patrol Academy because it wasn't the type of policing you wanted to do. But didn't you have an idea what type of policing they did when you applied for the job?
Yes, sir. I understand that. For the most part, I did. I just thought I would be able to do, I thought it would move into more of that type, but I was wrong. So I did a little bit of my research because, you know, when I was looking into the position, it was important to me. But I guess, you know, when I really looked into it and then learned a little bit more about it after attending a couple of days, that it was never going to lead to that. And to get to where I wanted to be, it just wasn't the best fit for me.
My concern is with Commissioner Wright is you failed one academy, you dropped out of a second academy, taking up a spot that somebody else could have had. And now you want to go to a third academy that if for some reason it doesn't seem like the right thing that you want to do, you go back to Rutherford County, you're going to quit it too. And to be honest, we're really short getting people in academies.
Absolutely.
So my question is, how can you make us feel good about you're going to follow through with this in law enforcement?
This is the place I want to be because the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office offers everything I love about community and policing and serving the state and the city, or in this case, the county. Because of my service, that's just what I am and what I do. And I've been pushing for this, just trying to find the right fit. And this feels really good as far as the entire agency and the state to be here.
Sure.
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner Wright.
Commissioner Wright again. Mr. White, what have you been doing since you dropped out of the academy in 2018? What's your employment been since that period of time?
The Davidson County Sheriff's Office and as a JAG and a paralegal in the JAG office, sir, in the military.
Is a representative from the department still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'd just like to ask, how long has he worked for the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office?
This class began on the 6th of May with us. To this point, Mr. White has displayed nothing but everything that we're looking for in our deputies to this point.
All right, his attendance and participation and attitude all been to your liking?
Yes, ma'am. I don't see any reason why he won't succeed if given the opportunity.
Any further questions? Do I have a motion? This would be on Brian Patrick Wyatt.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Wright, second.
Okay. All in favor of the motion on Mr. Wyatt, signify by saying aye. Any opposed, no. All right, the motion carries. All right, thank you, Rutherford County.
Thank you so much.
Sullivan County,
Sullivan County Sheriff's Office requesting a waiver to change academies for Anna Isabella Mumford, hired March 28, 2024, and April 2024. She attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but did not complete due to disciplinary withdrawal. Sullivan County Sheriff's Office is requesting a waiver so that she may attend the Walter State Regional Training Academy in July of 2025. The agency is also requesting 2 6-month waivers to accompany the request.
Sullivan County Sheriff's Office online.
Yes, Captain Dooley over Training Division. And also I have Miss Mugford with me as well.
What was the disciplinary action on attending the academy?
Apparently they were taking a test and she asked the person beside her if she had gotten an answer right. And she got turned in for basically cheating on that test. They did do the disciplinary withdrawal with the opportunity to return. At this time, while she was at that academy, she had a sitter keeping her children at that time. With that person now has gone back to work. Her parents live in Poland, and she's got it planned for them to fly in next year to keep her kids. And we just Walter State's only 45 minutes away from our agency, and we just feel like that would be better for her next year while her parents are here to keep her kids.
And how long has she worked for you?
She's been in our corrections division for probably a little over a year, and then we assigned her to patrol.
And she's already working in patrol?
At this time, she's doing her FTO, riding with someone until we get permission to switch academies.
Okay, so what's her employment record been like since she's been your employee?
It's been excellent.
Other questions from the commission?
Commissioner Green, I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Have we heard this before?
We have
Something similar.
We have, but not on this particular person. We've had people that have cheated on exams and or have done things that were improper on exams, and then they lie about it and cover it up. One thing I will say about this particular cadet is that when asked about it, she owned it, and she said exactly what she did and made no attempt to cover it up or hide it. And it's, you know, that's a primary reason why, even though we cut her from that class, that we did not bar her from returning to the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy. I mean, and I'll say, I mean, if you're going to make a mistake, the academy is the place to do it, where you can learn from it. And at least at the end of the day, that she was honest about it and said what she did. So,
Thank you.
Is she there, Captain?
Yes, ma'am, she is.
She move forward?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. So have you done anything to prepare yourself academically?
Yes, I've been, the FTO program helps me a lot to understand, learn more about law enforcement procedures and thinking how this stuff needs to be done, how to understand a law. So I feel that it was right for me to stay on FTO to learn more.
And are you also understanding our honor system regarding taking tests and
Yes, I do.
state academy? Did you say, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry, I know, I understand, and I'm sorry I made mistake, but that's something, I learned from, and I really want to follow through with my academy. Due to being single parent with 3 kids, I'm not able to attend academy right now, and I spoke with my parents who are coming next year to help me out, to fulfill my career, stay with my children, help me at home, because right now I really don't have anybody to help me.
Have you read the law enforcement code of ethics?
Yes, I did.
Other questions by the commissioners?
Commissioner Wright, I have a question for Captain.
Captain, are you there?
Yes, I'm back.
Captain Lou, this is Commissioner Wright. If we grant this waiver and the two accompanying 6 months waivers with that to get her into next year, what is she gonna be doing specifically between now and the time she gets, come to the academy?
Well, right now she's on the FTO on patrol. We were going to leave her in there for about, 2 months, 3 months. At least she'll be with somebody again to learn the law and things that go on there. And then we were going to put her in different divisions. There is a little bit of a language barrier that she is working very hard to get across. So we were going to put her a couple months in dispatch and a couple months in our CID division and until she can reach the April date.
Okay, thank you, Captain.
You're welcome.
Any further? Yes.
Oh, yeah, I have to abstain.
Okay.
Commissioner Wright, make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Green, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, Captain, the motion carried.
All right. Thank you.
Tennessee State University Police Department requests a waiver to change academies for Sancho Lydell Head. January of 2022, Mr. Head attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but did not complete due to academic failure. The agency is requesting the waiver so he may attend the Walter State Regional Training Academy in July of 24.
Yes, who's appearing before the commission, please?
Captain Glenn Hessen, training from Tennessee State University Police Department, and I have with me Sanchez Head.
All right, tell us what we need to know about this candidate.
Mr. Head did attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Academy back in 2022. Unfortunately, due to academic failure, he was not able to graduate, left the employment that he was with the Goodlettsville Police Department at that time. He's working another location, not in law enforcement, but in protective services. He applied with us for a police officer 1 position. He went through the background check. All the requirements were passed, and now we are asking for the waiver so that he can attend Walter State Academy.
Mr. Head,
Yes, ma'am.
what have you done to better prepare yourself for the academics of the academy?
I've been studying stuff.
I can't hear you. Thank you.
I've been studying stuff online.
What particular topics in law enforcement?
Like the TCA code, stuff like that.
Was it the law portion of the academic schedule that you were struggling with?
Yes, ma'am. Veterans.
So you think you'll do better at Walter State?
Yes, ma'am.
Other questions from the commission? All right, I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Commissioner Wright, so.
All right, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, Catherine, the motion carries. Good luck to you. Study hard. It's not easy.
Thank you, Jim.
Administrative waivers.
Administrative waivers, we'll start with waivers of in-service. We'll start with the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office requesting a waiver of in-service for the following officers listed below. They're deficient in hours and did not complete firearms training for the 2023 calendar year. The waiver will allow both the agency and the officers to remain in compliance with post guidelines, and also those officers that did not complete their mandates would not receive a salary supplement, even if just to make that.
Claiborne County Sheriff's Office represented online.
Yes, ma'am. Lieutenant Brindle with Claiborne County Sheriff's Office.
All right, Lieutenant, there's 14 individuals here, if I counted correctly. What does it look like for them for this year's in service?
Yes, ma'am. Everything for this year is on course. had a previous situation. I mean, last year's situation, we were using Virtual Academy. There were a few that came up a little bit short. What they were counting on were the firearms, and I had actually done the firearms lessons plans and everything, had gotten all that together. That was actually on me. At the time, was going through some health issues. I didn't get it submitted in time to get a post number put on our firearms training. We did actually complete firearms training on December the 19th. And I have everything from that, all the scores, everything, test scores, range scores, everything. But like I said, I didn't get it submitted in order to get a Tennessee post-approved number put on the class. Therefore, we weren't able to count that 8 hours worth of firearms. And that's the reason that some of them, it came up just a few hours short. We did have one individual that was only 25 hours. That individual was one of our K-9 officers. And one of the classes he attended with his K-9 was for recertification with the K-9. However, it wasn't Tennessee post-approved as well. So he fell very short.
Have all of these deputies qualified on the gun range?
Yes, ma'am. All of them have.
And they're all scheduled to get it done this year if they haven't already?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Any other questions? Have a motion.
Commissioner Beverly, motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Jeffers, second.
We have a motion, a second. All in favor of keeping the agency in compliance with post guidelines, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, Lieutenant, it carries. Take care and good luck this year.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Have a good day.
Waivers of the 6-month rule. Brownsville Police Department requesting a 6-month waiver for Shaquille Smith. Hired January 11th, 2024. Mr. Smith is unable to begin training due to military orders. He is scheduled to attend Toledo in January of 2025.
Is the Brownsville Police Department represented?
Commissioner Wright.
Second.
Spangler, second.
All right, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, that one carries.
Dyersburg Police Department requests 2 6-month waivers for Trivia Turner. Hired June 12, 2023. In October of 2023, Ms. Turner attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but was unable to complete due to an injury. Ms. Turner remains under medical care with an unknown release date, but will return to the academy once medically cleared.
Dyersburg Police Department? All right, no one is represented. Do we have a motion?
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Jackson, second.
Okay, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, the motion carries for Dyersburg Police Department.
Humboldt Police Department requests a 6-month waiver for Joshua Daniel Coop, hired September 12, 2023. In January 2024, Mr. Coop attended the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but was unable to complete training due to an injury. Mr. Coop is scheduled to re-attend Toledo in September of 2024.
Not seeing Humboldt Police Department. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
A second.
Carter, second.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carries.
Jackson Police Department requests 3 6-month waivers for Evan Neil Ray Johnson, hired October 24th, 2022. January of 2023, Mr. Johnson was scheduled to attend the Tennessee Law Enforcement Training Academy, but was unable to begin training due to a military deployment. Mr. Johnson will begin training at Toledo in September of 2024.
I'm not seeing Jackson Police Department. Do I have a motion?
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
A second.
Commissioner Green, second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, motion carries.
Lincoln County Sheriff's Office requests a 6-month waiver for Jennifer Wessler, hired May 10th, 2024. Ms. Wessler is unable to begin training due to class availability. Ms. Wessler is scheduled to attend Toledo in January 2025.
All in favor of the motion? Do we have a motion?
Motion to
Motion to approve. All in favor? Oh, I need a second.
Carter, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed on Lincoln County, say no. Motion carries. Tim. I have a motion? If all of you looked over the consent agenda,
Commissioner Wright, make a motion to accept all items inside the consent agenda.
we have a second on the motion.
Commissioner Jenkins, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye. Any opposed, no? Carries.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
no by abstention.
Not say it again. Did you get it? All right. Old business?
Old business, post follow-up report, the 2024 audit and inspection of the Cannon County Sheriff's Office was conducted on April 11th, 2024. The May 2024 meeting, the commission voted to defer action for 30 days to follow corrective action findings. Reserve Deputies Grady George and Leonard Harden show no in-service training for 2023. Reserve Deputy Joshua Crane, hired in 2022, had no documented initial training. 128 hours in what duties he is performing is required. Did not show any in-service training for 2023. The investigator also found no background check in that particular file. Reserve Deputy Stephen Pate, hired 2023, had no documented 128 hours of initial training as required, and no background check was found in his file. And again, just to remind the commission, all full-time deputy files were in compliance. The recommendations were a follow-up visit to ensure files were in compliance. All part-time reserve deputies to be placed in the CADIS for better tracking completed training to ensure deputies are in compliance with most rules. And Investigator Crave, if you would, just for the record, identify yourself, and our investigator is here to speak about what he found.
And you did the follow-up, is that correct?
Kevin Creed, post investigator. Yes, through email with the chief deputy.
So, Arlen's.
So Grady George, one of the reserve deputies, he is no longer a reserve deputy. He did not want to commit any more training. He didn't want to do any more training, so he just resigned from being a reserve deputy. Same with Reserve Deputy Pate. He is no longer a reserve deputy with Cannon County Sheriff's Department. Joshua Crane, the other reserve deputy, he completed 73 hours of in-service training this year, and he's on his way to make the 128 hours for this year. When he works for the Sheriff's Department, he's always with another deputy, but he is up to date. He'll finish his 128 hours within this year. His background check, when I spoke to the Chief Deputy Brown of the Cannon County Sheriff's Department, he said that the GDI prior to his arrival conducted a background check, but he can't find it. So he was advised to conduct another background check on him and make sure it's just in his file so he's in compliance. Grady Parton, the other deputy, is up to compliance. He did his 40 hours of in-service hours for this year already. So two of them are no longer reserve deputies. One of them is 100% in compliance, and one of them is more than halfway through for this year's training hours.
They have everything in CADIS.
Yes, they are actually trying to get Grady George out of a CADIS, and we have the chief deputy with our staff to get him removed from a CADIS since he's no longer with them. He's having a problem removing that individual, but everyone else is up to date.
Do you feel this requires another follow-up?
At the end of the year, I believe I should probably November, December go just to make sure Crane is up to date on his hours and to make sure they have not hired any new reserve deputies to make sure they're in compliance before the end of the year. But if they're being compliant and putting it in a CADIS, we could do that virtually too. So I could just touch base with the deputy the chief deputy before the end of the year and make sure that's up to date. But it's whatever the commission chooses.
Any comments or questions from the commission? Motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second, Commissioner Beverly.
All in favor of the motion to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, motion carries.
Thank you.
New business?
New business, agreed order suspension Tyler Brent Milliken was employed by the Tullahoma Police Department from August 16th, 2021 until his termination on September 27th, 2023. Violations of general orders for disobeying orders, failure to terminate pursuit, violation of the body work handling procedure. Mr. Milliken has agreed to the suspension of his post certification. Our attorneys are able to speak.
Yes, Mr. Milliken had an informal hearing earlier this year. If anybody's heard that informal hearing, you may remember him talking about conducting a pursuit perpendicular instead of parallel to the suspect. He was referred to a formal hearing by the informal committee. He contacted us approximately 2 months ago, asking for a settlement offer. We proposed a 1-year settlement offer, pending the commission's approval. He has agreed to that, where he would be suspended for 1 calendar year after the commission. Then his post commission would go back into full commission status. During that 1 year, he would be submitted to the National Decertification and that's
Commissioner Wright, question. And that suspension would be from today's date or back to the date of this?
from the date of the day that the commission approved, so today.
Commissioner Wright, motion to approve.
We have a second.
Carter, second.
Commissioner Farmer, second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The inspection report.
Audit and inspection report for the Memphis Police Department Basic Regional Training Academy was conducted on May 10th, 2024. There were no findings to report and no recommendations since there were no findings.
Motion to accept.
All right, motion to
Second.
Jackson, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no.
The same on the next entry on the agenda, audit inspection report with Shelby County Sheriff's Office Training Academy conducted on May 2nd, 2024. No findings, and as a result, no recommendations to report.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Wright.
Second.
Second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Motion carries.
National State Community College Police Department, the commission to consider late submission of pre-employment paperwork for the following officers listed below. First hire June of 2023, the second hire September of 2023, and the third June of 2023. Pre-employment paperwork was received by post on May 9th, 2024. All documents were satisfactory in that submission, and no further actions required by the agency as far as that paperwork is concerned at this time.
And you are appearing for National State Community College.
Yes, ma'am. Curtis Scott, lieutenant out there.
What else would you like to tell us about this?
The issue that they had was the chief tasked the administrative assistant to enter them into a CADIS. That was done, however, because an administrative assistant cannot add them into a CADIS. It has to be the GDI. It was rejected. However, nobody went back in to verify that it was approved or anything after that submission. So it sat there in limbo until I came on board, and we logged into a CADIS after I came on board in April. That's when I found out they were rejected. So that's when we got all the paperwork back and resubmitted them in May.
Are you in charge of this now?
Not officially. I sit with the chief currently. The chief is currently still the GDI, but I sit with him and help him with that.
So you're making sure that it's all in a timely basis.
Yes, ma'am.
Other questions by the commissioners? Not hearing any, is there a motion?
Commissioner Green, motion approved.
Do we have a second?
Carter, second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. All right, Lieutenant, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Ready for public comments?
We did not have anybody sign up for public comments.
Any other announcements?
I just wanted to take a moment to say I was not present for yesterday's informal subcommittee hearing. I was down at Tennessee Tower and had the opportunity to be there while Jeff Long was basically surprised and honored for having 50 years of service. So it wasn't just a light brush off the meeting. That was something I think was very important to attend. And I just wanted to say that, you know, we have a lot of wonderful people and great leaders in law enforcement, but there are times where you have people that come through and they are essentially giants in our profession. And that is somebody who I think falls perfectly into that description. I had no idea even to the extent of the things that he had done throughout his career, but I know there's folks on this post commission that know Jeff Long and have a great deal of respect for Commissioner Long Whether you've known him as Commissioner Long or Sheriff Long or Special Agent in Charge or General, he has certainly done a lot of things. And so it was just an honor to be able to be there yesterday and to help honor 50 years of service in law enforcement. And that is really something else. So I wanted to make mention of that here because I think that's obviously a very significant milestone. And he's not quitting either. This was just a recognition of 50 years of service, and he is still going strong. So I just wanted to say that about Commissioner Long of the Tennessee Department of Safety and just really give him some honorarium here in this post-commission meeting. And then also wanted to commend our staff as well here. Many of you that are still active in law enforcement know that a second salary supplement payment went out as a retention bonus for currently serving officers across the state. We announced that a couple of weeks ago. And as far as my last numbers that I had from Supervisor to Cat Cooper yesterday was that we had 161 agencies that are already filed for that through our process, which relied heavily on the digital submission process we use for salary supplement. And we've got more than $3 million that'll be ready to go out the door as soon as we submit all of these for payment starting on July 1. So really good job to our team, and just very grateful and for their work, and very grateful to our governor for his support of Tennessee law enforcement. So anyway, I appreciate the time to give that announcement. So.
On behalf of all the men and women out there, we appreciate the extra $800. Governor Lee, and I would echo your comments about Commissioner Long. I've known him my whole career, and certainly he lives in my jurisdiction. So I consider him a friend of mine and a great ally for law enforcement. He's been a friend to cops, and we appreciate all he has done and all he will continue to do. So, and Commissioner Green.
And I'd like to acknowledge too, yesterday, Don Teal with the Martin Police, Chief of Martin Police Department, retired with 41 years of service at agency. So again, it's a long tenure in a small town. So I want to recognize that also.
People always say that everybody has a book inside them, and I think law enforcement has volumes. I'd like to read some of them. I bet they're interesting. And again, thank you for being here, Sheriff. We're so glad you're here, and Commissioner Green, we're glad you're back again. And all of the rest of you have a safe summer. And our members of the legislature who are here, we're glad to have you here. I know you're glad to be off in the hill for a while. Back among the real people. Anything else before we close? Thanks again to our staff. You're awesome.
I'd like to add, we turn my neighboring county, west of Scott County and Morgan County, former Sheriff Ledbetter passed away there, and currently Sheriff Potter is in a cancer battle as well. So he's fighting that to tell him the best he can do, just like Sheriff Spangler is, and just remember him in your thoughts and prayers and everything. So little Morgan County took a little bit of a hit there past 2 months. So just remember them.
Amen. Again, thanks to our staff, Director, Mr. Bello, all of you. Everybody have a safe trip home, and we are adjourned. Oh, we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Excuse me. All in favor, say aye. I don't think anybody's.